Welcome, guys, to leg 2 of my trip to the Grand Canyon. So, what you didn't see is the fact that I did make it to LL10, which was Napier Aero Club. The funny part about that was it was literally a 10-minute flight from Midway, which is where I left last time, to the Aero Club, but it was already dark and I didn't really want to fly in the dark. So like I was saying, I made it there, LL10. So that's where we're gonna go, and our next stop is only an hour flight, so we got 95 miles to KCWI. Should be around an hour's flight given weather. And let me tell you, it's a good thing I did not record my flight from Midway to the Aero Club, because I'm pretty sure there was something wrong with my yoke, because it would not stop. It would not stop nosediving no matter how much I gave it as far as trim. It just would not. It was a pretty rough flight. So what was it? KCWI? KCWI, yep. So we got a 95-mile flight today, and I just wanted to relax, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Okay.
Zero traffic, Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha taking off runway 18 west departure.
Alright. It looks a little, the weather looks a little iffy, but I think that will be alright. Put that over here so I can actually have both my screens that I need ready to fly then, my friend. Yep, there's that one. This one's over here. Now I did find out something, guys, that this right here is how to adjust a map point, I believe. Yep. Oops. Can I do that? So range is... Oh. I think it is? Maybe. Anyway. Not know how. There we go. Oh, free look is not what I want. No, stop. All right, there it is. Got. Apparently that's all we're going to get. Upper position. Aha, there we go. I don't know what happened to my adjusting it manually, but I feel like this is better than the way it was before. Anyway, I think we just need to get going, don't you? So, external. One notch of flaps in for takeoff. Back in the cockpit. We are ready to go. I wish I wasn't so high up. But I guess this is what we're going to get today. I'll have to mess with it later. So here we go. Alright, full power. And I hit the wrong button again. I always do that. Alright, here we go. There we go. Oh. Yep. Too much rudder input. Here we go. Oh. Oh, we almost didn't make it, but I think we just need to keep climbing. Oh, oh. Don't think I have enough. Almost ended up in the trees again. Okay. Just want a very nice climb. Oh, we need to put our flaps up. That'll help. Alright. I think we're almost good now. Alright, now we need to get heading in the right direction. That's definitely not the right direction. Ooh. That was a little bit choppy right there. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that once a week streams are good? It's been 7 days since my last stream. So got people in my Discord messaging me. So, oh shit, that was a lot. Alright. So we are now on our way to our next jog. If I can just get this plane to settle. Maybe a little, no, too high, nose too high. Here's my struggle, guys, with the frickin' trimming. Oh yeah, too much that way, too much that way now. Ugh, just don't understand. Thank you. Okay, now we're nose down too much. Bring it up. Just slightly. Too much nose up now. We'll figure this out by the time we get there, I promise. Oh, maybe like right there. Up a little. I think we're right here. You like not quite. Oh no, don't want that way. I want down. So how are you guys today? I hope you're better than I am. I did not have a good Monday night. Did not sleep at all. It's just bad. Just took a day for sleeping in. Really. So usually I wouldn't have my stream this early, but you know, it happens. I'm okay though. I was trying to get Streamlabs to work, and I got it to work, but the audio was all messed up. So I'm still working on that, where I can have my chat screen like right up in the upper right hand portion. It literally look like a heads up display in the airplane. There we go. So now that we're in the air, we can kind of mess with some things here. Can we please keep the nose down? 93 knots is fine. We're gonna try to hand map. Trying. I cannot get it to work. I do not know. I know that's the button for my pointer. Oh, there's the pointer. I don't want the pointer. What is going on? Oh fuck. Yeah, that's what's going on. Okay. Hold on, I need to get this bitch under control and back on track. What I get for messing with things. I guess we can lower our RPMs a bit so we're not in the red line. Planes usually like that. Engines usually like that more than planes do. Oh, come on. Why does it just do that? Now I still can't trim. There it is. Come on. Ooh, I got some viewers. Hello, viewers. Hopefully this stream is not too boring. Please feel free to strike up a conversation in chat amongst each other or with me. I've got an hour flight. I can tell you that this our end destination is the Grand Canyon, with a stop at Mount Rushmore on the way through. So if you can see, I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I cannot tell you what that freeway is down there. Oh, I am not that well versed, but I can tell you we're coming out of Illinois going into Wisconsin. So yeah, also, so my flight to Naperville, not to be, get off track here a little bit anyway. That landing was pretty horrible. I was glad you guys didn't get to see that. Like I said, my yoke was probably not great. So let me know if I have any audio issues. I don't think I do. I think I sound great actually, but literally should just, we're still floating up a little bit. I think that's pretty good actually. We need to just adjust our course a little bit. But for you, those of you that might be new, have never seen this simulation before. It's a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Came out in August of this year. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was August. And we've been waiting for a new flight simulator since 2007 was the last one. So 13 years in between games, flight simulators. I don't know if you... I wouldn't call it a game. I would call it a flight simulator. It's pretty realistic. It's not 100% accurate, especially when you get on the ground. There's well, for one, they had to simulate the whole world, so that's pretty crazy in of itself. There's an airport off to our left. Hello, Don Star. How are you? I hope you are doing well today. A lot better than my Tuesday. There is an airport somewhere. We might be over it. Or not up to it yet. Yeah, I think we're just not up to it yet. But look at how good that looks, though. We can even see reflections off the river here. I'm basically just showing off how beautiful this game can be. How high are we? 5,400? That's pretty good. Looks like the ceiling's pretty high up here, so we won't get that cool cotton candy effect that we got last time, but at least we will not be flying through clouds with no de-icing. I just like looking out the window. Or I'm not a pilot in real life. I get too easily distracted, like, ooh, look, pretty. Alright, we're gonna get a drink real quick here. Oh, come on. Take my hand off the yoke for 1 second and it's trying to do shit. I should be able to just... Oh, come on. There we go. Be good right there. Yeah, I like that actually. Oh, come on. Yeah. Can you not? My audio okay, Don Star? Because I have no idea if you can even hear me. Yes. Okay, thank you. Don't know why, but this plane... Yeah, I don't know, because in... Okay, it could just be because it might not be close enough. And I think I can actually get off those. That might be part of my problem. Move my chair a little closer now. Hopefully that combats some of the quietness. Yeah, it's because I moved the microphone closer, and then I moved up closer to the microphone. Funny how that works. Yeah, that's... Oh, I'm bored. Not really bored, because I got things to see out my window, which are pretty cool. You can see the horizon right there. I don't know why my mouse likes to show up right here. but I can use as a pointer. Beechcraft over there. We're climbing even higher now. So our overall trip, so I started at my family's grass strip behind my house, and from there to the Grand Canyon it was 1,669 mile trip, but I have staged 12 different sections of our trip. The first one was from home to the Aero Club, which is where we took off from earlier, although we only made it to midway, and then I flew the other 10 minutes off camera. And so right now we're on our second leg of the trip, which is 95 miles, and that is from the Napier Aero Club to somewhere in Wisconsin. So we're also making a stop at Mount Rushmore because apparently they made a new update for America and they put a lot of monuments. They don't really want to say redid, but they made them look a little better. So there'll be 12 of these videos. You're watching the live stream right now, but I also put these up on my YouTube channel after light editing. This one might have a little more editing because it took me 10 bloody minutes just to get everything set up. But, you know, it happens. Like, we are also currently in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk with a G1000 cockpit, which the G1000 are those two screens you see in front of me. G1000 is just basically a big fancy Garmin GPS. So funny enough, the in-flight movie for today is basically just stare out your damn window. And there's your movie. No, or whatever you brought on your iPod. So I like flying this game. Airplanes is a big part of my family, and I cannot be a pilot. So I like flying in here because if I mess up or make a mistake, I'm not dead. So but I've definitely been flying in not planes this small, but other single engine aircraft in real life, and let me tell you, it's a blast. It's like being on a motorcycle in the air, especially when you do stuff like this and bank like this. That is a lot of fun. Now that I'm totally off course, I'm gonna bank back the other way. Woo. Those are always fun. I like doing like that. One of the coolest pictures I ever have is in 2015 when the guy who sells our airplanes for us let me go up with him on a test flight of one of our airplanes, and he did one of those banks like that, and as we banked, he snapped a picture of me, and it's the coolest picture. I might have to dig it out and throw it up here on the screen of 25-year-old Corey. I can't obviously throw it up on the screen right now, guys, but I was talking about, if you find this on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/KHoveGaming, you will also, well, actually just search KHove Gaming. You'll find me with the Master Chief helmet, because I don't have one of those fancy URLs yet, because I'm not cool enough yet. So but when I do edit this, I will throw in that picture of me right now. You can see it's one of the coolest pictures. You can actually see the ground there. And anyway, yeah, it's really just planes I've always been around in my entire life, and they're just, that's why I like playing games like Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just in case you wanted to know, we're passing something called Toby on the right. Are those windmills or power lines? I think they're, are they? Those are windmills, but they're not going. Huh. Alright, we're flying off course again. We are, well, according to my piece of paper, we're about halfway through our flight. 35 minutes in. Actually 25 minutes in, because the first 10 minutes. But not quite halfway there yet, guys. Just a lot of farmland, and a lot of just land in general. But one of the other things that I saw when I left Midway was that I actually saw the city skyline of Chicago, which was pretty cool. But obviously we couldn't see that at night. I don't know why. It should have lit up. Did you bring your peanuts? Well then that's why you don't have peanuts. You didn't bring any. Don't make me turn this plane around. I'll do it. No, I won't do it because I'm too far. If your airline is consists of a 172, you're not gonna get great service. I'm just saying. Why is it an air? Ah, there it go. Ooh, I like that actually. Oh shit, that went too far. There it is. That's actually pretty cool. Aha! That's actually the same amount that I actually have on my left monitor there. I figured it out, guys. Nice. 8600. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Or it's good to be a little nose up, I think, anyway. Although, doesn't do much for our speed. Yeah, my website lied. I didn't even give you, I have a website, I didn't even give you the website address though. It said look for K-Hove Gaming on YouTube because I don't have the fancy URL. I can't go, hey guys, subscribe to youtube.com/Khove Gaming because that doesn't exist. That's not to say my channel doesn't exist, it's just that URL doesn't exist. Ah, yeah. I'm sorry. You obviously didn't read the fine print of your airline brochure when you were given it, when it was sent to you in the mail. Also, if you have to get anywhere in a hurry, this is definitely not the plane for you. Alright, what do we got going on around us here? Just a lot of... Oh look, those windmills are actually going. That's cool. Shows you how high we are though. Look at how tiny that little guy is. Doing alright. Oh. No, let's pop that back out. Well, $10 is $10, my friend. I don't know what else to show you guys other than there's just a lot of land. Just the back of my aircraft. Lights. We are currently at 9,180 feet in the air. Trying to stay on course here. Yeah, we're not quite halfway there yet. I thought we had... Oh, God, what happened? What happened? That's not cool. We're just not going to do that today. Right above where the red line is. All right. Apparently somehow we messed that up. Why does it keep either going too far up or too far down? Oops, I definitely just hit the fuel cutoff. As far as now, we're gliding. All right. Why is it, look, come on. How we go up. Sorry for the passengers on this flight. My Discord is going off. All right. Have all of 3 viewers that will make fun of me if I crash this plane. Oh, and well, you guys could totally roast me on my landing. Even because the last time, if you watched in our last episode, I hit pretty damn hard. Didn't crash, but didn't make the best landing either. So that's still gonna be a thing. Might try a different approach. Maybe not cut off all the power and try to VTOL it. So according to my map, we're about halfway there now. Give or take a few miles. Makes sense that it would take a little longer than the specified time because couldn't figure out how to get it done. Yep. This stuff is pretty relaxing if you ask me. We have passed the giant wind farm way over there. Can't tell you. Like most of them aren't going. Point of a wind farm if it's not going. Costing your money just sitting there doing nothing. Also, the reason why I don't show video, one, is because I think like you should be able to see all of this without my ugly face in the corner. And two, my camera is actually down right now. My webcam. Can't get it to focus for some reason. Probably just have to unplug it and plug it back in. You know, IT rule number 1. Turn it on, turn it off again. What do we got over there? Is that an airport? See that? Oh, as we go too high up, apparently. Right on the dashboard there. I don't know if that's our airport, but it is a airport. And what's cool about that is when you get on a clear day, as I have live, this is live weather, by the way. This is what it'd be like if we were actually flying. So I think that's not it. Why? Why does it just do that? Oh. Don't understand. I don't understand. Something to do with way things are set up on my controller. There we go, we're back. Goes in weird spurts, like it Anyway, the airport we're looking for is on the other side of a major river. Not that one in front of me. Yes, you are flying Budget Airlines. Cost per ticket $10. One way though. Drop your ass off at the Grand Canyon and get to walk the rest of the way home. Unless you buy another ticket. We are tending to maintain 9,200. I believe this is the first river that we are going to get over today. We are getting there. I wouldn't mind dropping a little bit, dropping our nose a little bit and getting a little more speed going. There we go, 100 knots. 3, 4, 105. Okay, that's good enough. Way down, not that far down. Alright. So right now, I see that up ahead. I don't believe that's what I want. I think that's what I want, but this river here is the first one, I think. Actually, that might be. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely the first one that we're gonna come over on our map. As when I keep clicking out of the screen is when my plane goes haywire. It does not want me to really click out of things. Okay, I'm just on that. Can't really do Discord right now. I have to pay attention because this thing likes to just be all over the place. My Discord is going off over there. Whee! Look at me, I can fly. Alright, I'm off course a little bit here. Did we go buzz that airport? I don't think. I don't know. Should we? What do you think, guys? RFDs to the north of us. We're flying west. Hey, Colonel Fork is live. You should go see him. He's another flight simulator from around here. Another flight simulator. No, he's not a flight simulator himself, but he likes to play a flight simulator as well. Apparently I get those even though I'm in the stream. But no, Colonel Fork does a lot better job at this than I do. He's a lot more realistic. I just like to fly. For the most part, semi-realistic. As you can tell, I don't have overstress on. I don't even think I have my crash damage on. But basically, if I crash, I just bounce off the ground. And I have unlimited fuel. Because I just don't want to be bothered with that, honestly. When I fly, I just want to fly. I don't know. I don't think he carries passengers. Not to mention he doesn't fly this far west. He's a local flyer in Michigan. So I think that second body of water out there might be the river we're looking for. Because right now we're getting ready to cross this little river down there. I say we're getting ready to. We're still a little ways out on it. But perhaps I'll go in and take a closer look at the river. Here, I couldn't tell you what river it's at. I see an airstrip off to our left there with that flashing red light. That is not our final destination. So then, yep, nope, stay down. I may have to tweak some controls. You can now get a better shot at that guy right there. You can see the runway actually. That's pretty cool. There's a bridge, I would hope, right there. But anyway. Looking around, a lot. Farm. Also, in case anybody was wondering, there are no reptiles on this plane. So we do not have to worry about getting any reptiles off this plane. In case anybody was curious. No? Okay. There it is. Alright, we're a little over halfway now. Oh. We're now looking Dude, tell me about it. That's why I like flying. It is a very relaxing. Like, it's just, you know, yeah, I gotta control this plane from time to time because it likes to just F off every time that I click off on a different screen. But other than that, you know, you just take in the views. Just like a car ride, except you don't have to go on the roads. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Just runways. There's a major highway down there. Couldn't tell you what highway it is, but it's there. If we got close enough to it, you could see vehicles on it too, but goes up over there. Oh, right next to the airstrip that we are going to fly by here. Yeah, because we almost gotta be headed due west here. Oh yeah, now it's behind our pillar here. Oh, this is also a fixed gear airplane, meaning that the wheels are always down. Another reason why we don't fly that fast. Got all that drag underneath. Oh. Right back on 275. Okay, yes, I know I need to trim the plane. I've tried to trim the plane. Every time I trim it, it then just goes back up. Welcome, new viewers. Why this is a semi-realistic flight, because half the time I kind of know what I'm doing, but not totally. Oh, look at that. That is cool right there. It's actually another one right there too. We are now like 50 some minutes into our flight. You're good temperature wise, good altitude wise. Good direction wise. That pesky trim like usual, but we're not doing too bad on that either. There's that river. Look it. There's some islands in that river. That's pretty cool. Autopilot trim. You guys enjoying this flight? Because I am immensely. Look, you can see the river going out that way. And there's that airport there. I'm enjoying it as well. Really cool to see things from up here. Really get to see what the entire area looks like. Awesome. So I think on the other side of that larger river there, in front of us is where the airport is. Just like on the other side of there. We got a little ways to go. Not nearly as intimidating as flying across Lake Michigan, which we did in our last little bit, our last episode. I think there's almost no water except for maybe the oceans. That is more fear. You're more afraid to fly over than Lake Michigan, especially in a single engined aircraft. You would not want to take a 172 over Lake Michigan. That's just stupid. We're getting close to KCWI. That is our destination for today, our stopping point on the second leg of our 1,669-mile journey to the Grand Canyon, with a stop to Mount Rushmore. Our next flight, our next leg after this, is probably the longest leg of our entire trip, and it is 221 miles. It is so long that it was 2 hours, 1 hour and 54 minutes from there to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and so much that I might just break that up into another stop altogether. We will see. Now, as we can clearly see the second river in front of us, now a little more clear. really like that. We might have to get in close on that one. That one's a big one. Wish I could make this trip in real life. I've never been to the Grand Canyon in real life. Been close to it. But I decided to go to the Petrified Forest and Meteor Crater when I went to Arizona. Not up to the Grand Canyon. Which, trust me, I know the Grand Canyon's not in Arizona. I was just saying when I went out west to Arizona. This was ages ago when I was like 15. I'm 30 now, so that was about 15 years ago. Back in the day when you had like a full 10-day spring break. Do not see any other runways flashing at me right now. For too much longer, we will start seeing a flash in the distance for our destination. Coming up on... Yep. What's going on with this guy? We're still gonna have to mess with this guy. There we go. Yep. You can see on that map how close we are getting to our destination. I can just keep us on the proper heading. Sorry, I was messing with that with my GPS. Here, I zoomed out. Oh wow, you can still see the river that went off that way. Don't worry, I was keeping track of the other screen too. This one right here, as I was messing with this one. I'm staying right above between 7,000 and 9,000 feet. I think that guy right there is us on that map. I am not seeing anything yet. Looking out on the horizon for landing. Still quite a ways out, so I don't think it would render quite yet, but we got to start getting prepared to look for that. I don't really see anything yet. That's pretty cool. I don't know what it goes off to over here. Looks like a huge lake that funnels into this river here that has little islands. Pretty cool. Alright, we should, once we get over here, maybe see lights off in the distance here. We're getting close. Why does it say that I have somebody over me right now? Oh wow, I do. There's somebody up there, guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Also, there's my plane. As I am definitely not going. Oh shit. Yep, back in the cockpit. Alright. Anyway, yes, there was a plane over us for a brief second. There was our excitement. Alright. So we're over the second river now. I know it's a little ways out yet, but we should start seeing lights out there somewhere. Alright. Especially over the second river right now. Is that an airport there? I believe that might be our airport, guys. Right there. Let me look. I am not seeing that there's any other. So that might be where we're going. That seems too close. But if that's the case, what's over here? Is that another runway? Yes, no, it might
might be a pond or a lake. It's just a pond or a lake. That one off to the front here is definitely an airport. Every time. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting, believe we are getting close to our destination now. So, please fasten your seatbelt and put your trays in the upright position. As we are going to start descending now. What's beside me or up above me? Another one. We're gonna want upper position for this guy here. All right. That is definitely an airport. That is definitely KCWI. We're dropping a lot of altitude fast. We're going to turn around and make our final. Yeah, I think we'll make it to the left. Yeah, we're flying right over. That would be our airport. So we are coming to the end of our trip here. Now it's time for me to try to not kill us in a shitty landing. So we're gonna start deploying our landing strategy by dropping our speed here, go around so we can definitely line up here. No, go the other way. Making our turn now. The sun, shadows, pretty freaking cool. Looking for the airport again. Oh, we are not far enough out yet. Alright, I see that. We're gonna make a hard turn here. What is that beeping noise? I don't know. What are you trying to tell me? Still circling the airport. What is beeping at me? Bump up a little more throttle. Yeah, we're still too far up. PC Alley, or Peak Alley. PC Alley. I see you up there. You. We're going to start descending more. Making a slight turn to the left here. Come on, where are you? Alright. I think we just need to start descending now. Put a notch of flaps in. Here we go, guys. Start easing off the power a little bit. Alright. Hit on these bad boys. Here we go. Full flaps. I think I'm coming.
500.
Yep. We may fly. We still may be too high. I think we're too high still. We're gonna try it and see. All right. Come on, drop a little more, drop a little more. That was a lot softer landing than I did last time. Hell yeah. Not on the center line by any means. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 2KCWI. Gonna just stop on this active runway. Because why not? Probably just taxi my way in somewhere. That was a smooth landing as far as I'm concerned. I do not believe that I touched anything. It definitely wasn't as hard as the last landing, but we are on the ground now. So I'm just now taxiing. Obviously not really doing any like taxi clearances or anything, you know. Just doing my own thing. Yeah, how'd you like that landing? Not bad, huh? Alright, guys. We're here. And that's it. We made it. Boom. And that concludes our flight. Our flight time was an hour and 16 minutes. A little more than what I said of 54 minutes. Not bad. But there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. That's the second leg of my Grand Canyon trip. We're at KCWI. So then, like I said, the next bit of our trip might be a long one because it is Minneapolis, St. Paul. And from here, that's almost a 221 mile flight. Today was 95 miles and it took us about an hour and a half. An hour and 16. No, is that total time of flight? Yeah, no, it took us a little over an hour to go 95 miles. But yeah, it'll probably take us 2 to go like 180. Which is less than what we have to do. So the next leg is gonna be a big one. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.